Hi guys, my name's Jeffrey. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video, and on this channel we're going to be talking about themes about personal development and self-expansion. And it's a topic that I absolutely love and I'm really passionate about. So if you like videos in that topic and realm, please subscribe because there's more videos just like this one coming right up. So today we're talking about the idea of self-awareness. And why is it so important? And strategies as well that you can implement to become more self-aware in your everyday life. Well, what it really is, self-awareness is the ability to identify your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. And it allows you to understand yourself and have a clearer picture of who you are as a person. It gives you strategies that you can harness to become more effective and to live more purposefully in your everyday life. And it's one of those things that if you implement it into your life, you will have a much more happy, fulfilling, productive, and effective life. And I truly believe that it's very difficult to be truly happy, comfortable, and content and joyful with who you are and where you are in life if you do not have a well-defined and well-developed sense of self-awareness. Because self-awareness, that's one of the key things which allows you to know who you are as a person, fundamentally. It's the thing that allows you to get in touch, really have a strong sense and stability in your core values. What are the things that are important to you? And when you have strong self-awareness, that gives you a strong sense of identity in self. And that gives you a sense of confidence as well, because you know who you are. And we live in a world where there's so many different ideas being thrown and bombarded at us. When we have that strong sense of self-identity, when we know where we stand in this whole world, that gives us a sense of confidence and a sense of peace and tranquil and calm from within when you know yourself. The other benefit of having a strong sense of self-awareness is it allows you to understand what are the things that are really important to you. A lot of us are living lives that aren't in alignment of what we actually want to do. Too focused on trying to please other people or being too scared about doing something that's meaningful and important to us because we're scared about what other people might think. A strong sense of self-awareness means that you're clear on what's important to you. You know what you want to do, what you want to achieve out of your life. If you don't have a clearly defined sense of purpose or goal, then it's very easy for you to just be easily swayed by other people's opinions. You go and you flow where the wind blows. But when you're really clear, when you know what it is that's actually important to you, that allows you to pour your energy, your resources, and your time into that specific thing, which will propel you towards where you want to go. But a lot of us don't know where we want to go. It's not an easy thing to know without self-awareness. When you are self-aware, you know what's important to you. For instance, maybe there's a certain career path that you really want to delve into and pursue, but you're scared. You're scared what your family, your friends might think. Maybe they might disapprove. Maybe you're scared about your security. Will you be able to make enough money, make a living, to be able to survive? Maybe it's a precarious career choice. Maybe there's less security. But if you have that self-awareness and you realize that this is what you have to do in order to feel fulfilled in your life, then that makes it very clear what you should be doing. Maybe you're currently living or doing a job that doesn't satisfy you, that doesn't fulfill you. Maybe you wake up, you go to work, you come home, and you are completely drained. Your work is not fulfilling and it provides no meaning to your life other than providing you with the money and resources to live. Another benefit of having strong self-awareness is that it allows you to identify what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. We all have strengths, we all have weaknesses, and knowing that allows us to capitalize on them and to harness them to maximize our effectiveness in everyday life. It's just by simply knowing what your weaknesses are. That is such an incredibly powerful tool because it allows you, if you have that awareness, to realize situations where you may screw up, situations where you are weak and likely to make a mistake, to mess up. And if you have that strong sense of self-awareness, then you can plan. You can plan and think, oh, in this specific situation, scenario, I am inclined to make a mistake. So instead of going down that path, I am going to make a change and not to fall into that trap of that weakness that you have a propensity for. So for a concrete example, maybe you're dieting. Maybe you're wanting to get rid of that Christmas weight that you've been holding on to. Maybe 10 pounds. You want to get rid of 10 pounds. So you're dieting and you're hungry. And you know that when you are tired, when you are cranky or in a bad mood, you tend to overeat. Not just overeat a few 100 kilojoules or whatever, but you have a propensity to go through all of your drawers and just take out jars of peanut butter and crackers and highly palatable foods like cake, donuts, chips, cookies, and just stuff your face with them. If you've got that self-awareness to realize that when you're tired, when you're angry, when you're cranky, when you're tired from work, that you are inclined to overeat, that gives you strategies that you can use to avoid that situation. So maybe you tend to overeat when you're tired. You can implement strategies to get enough sleep, right? Maybe do some light exercise after work so you're not as tired. Maybe work is stressing you out. That's causing you to overeat. Maybe you should be doing something to reduce your stress at work. Or maybe it's something else in your life. Maybe you've been dieting for such a long time and you keep on making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Cookies, chips, cakes, donuts, ice cream, the list goes on. So maybe instead of, because you realize you've got that self-awareness to realize that you have a tendency to mess up, maybe you just don't buy those foods. leave them out of your house when you're dieting. So having that sense of self-awareness gives you that clarity to make changes for the better, so you're more likely to achieve your goals. So that's one example. Another benefit of having a strong sense of self-awareness is it allows you to become a better communicator. It helps you to realize how your actions and your behaviors affect other people. It sharpens your skills in empathy. When you see yourself clearly, you're able to understand how other people can perceive you. That allows you to understand how you affect other people, and it allows you to become more effective in communicating with them and catering to their needs. So it makes you better when it comes to dealing with people. So, what are some strategies that you can use to develop and cultivate your self-awareness? Number 1, journaling. If there was one thing that I would recommend to anyone, it would be journaling. And it's one of those things that if you do it consistently, you'll transform your life. When we go throughout our days, we accumulate a lot of clutter up here, and our thoughts are scattered and kind of cloudy. It doesn't have much clarity. But as soon as you write it down, it becomes less nebulous and abstract, and it becomes this tangible, solidified flow of consciousness that actually makes sense. And once you write things down, it's suddenly like you can just let go of it. Your brain no longer has to hold on to that thought because you've already written it down. And that gives you a lot more clarity and allows you to live more with intention. Journaling also allows you to really get to know and understand your feelings and your thoughts. Why do you think a certain way? Why did this certain thing that happened throughout the day make you feel the way that you did? Why were you happy today? Why were you sad today? Maybe you were angry, annoyed, frustrated. Maybe you were feeling silly today. Maybe you were feeling adventurous. Why? Maybe delve into that, write about it. And when you write about it consistently, that builds up that skill of self-awareness. And if you do this over time, you'll notice that over the weeks, months, and years, that sense of well-developed self-awareness allows you to very quickly and intuitively understand what you're feeling and why you're feeling. And that will help you. Number 2, simply observing your thoughts throughout the day. What I like to do is every hour, I just detach from whatever I'm doing and just bring my attention and focus inwards and think about, what do I feel right now? What do I feel throughout my body? How do I feel? What kind of emotions am I going through? What am I experiencing at the moment? And it's also interesting as well when you identify what you're feeling to think about, why is it that I'm feeling a certain way? You might find that the more you practice this skill, the more you're able to understand why you feel the things that you feel and those emotions that you have, or perhaps even the thoughts that you have. It allows you to understand why you think a certain way. Why do you feel a certain way? Over time, as you do this, this allows you to understand yourself at a deeper level. It's not something that's going to happen overnight as well. Don't think that you do this for a little bit and suddenly you'll get to know yourself very, very well. So it's something that will take practice over time. It's a skill like anything else. Self-awareness is a skill that you can build up over time. Number 3, identifying and pinpointing what it is that you want out of life. Where do you want to go? What are your wants and what are your needs? I think it's too easy to go throughout life in a certain direction without ever stopping to think, is that really where I want to go? Or am I going there because that's what I think I want, or that's what someone else wants? Or perhaps I'm just heading down that path because I've been just headed that way for as long as I can remember. But when you can actually understand what's actually important to you, and it's not an easy thing to discover as well. And I say discover because it's something that you'll really need to dive deep into yourself to begin to understand what truly is important to you. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that you have to really contemplate over days, weeks, perhaps sometimes even months. And it's something that's constantly evolving over time as well. As you become, or as you self-discover, continue to live life, you continue to self-discover what is actually important to you. And that's why when you really think about what's really important to you, that really allows you to strengthen that skill of self-awareness. You know what you want, right? You know what's important to you. That allows you to live your life according to your own values, to your rules, to live life that's for you, not for someone else. And that's the first step as well, knowing what you actually want. When you know what you want, that strengthens that self-awareness skill over time. That allows you to become crystal clear on where you actually want to go in life. Because I think a lot of people go throughout life without really knowing what they're doing, why they're doing it, or doing something that is completely meaningless to them. But when you are self-aware and develop that skill, that allows you to live life with meaning and intention. That allows you to live a better life. Guys, so that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. And please, if you liked this video or found it valuable or useful, hit that like button, press subscribe, because there's more videos just like this one coming right up. Until next time.